Space today is already, a $300 to $400 billion global market across transportation, not only rockets, but things like GPS, weather satellites, imaging, communication satellites, research and development, and like anything that gets industrialized, the same way that computers created a medium to change commerce, space is going to become the medium for a new form of business. So going from a few $100 billion market into maybe a few dozen $1 trillion market in the next 100 years, I don't think is something that is beyond the imagination if we just look backwards 100 years, and how all these technologies have just really changed our relationship with the planet. So there are companies today, whether it's SpaceX or Blue Origin, that are demonstrating reusable technologies for their spacecraft. SpaceX has talked about being able to refuel their vehicles on the way to Mars. We're talking about habitats on the surface of the moon, which are going to need supplies both with fuel to get there to and from and materials to build things from. And I think we're going to actually see a redefinition of how we get to places. And it's kind of a redefinition of when we went from horses to cars to buses to whatever it is now, human drones. Or a redefinition of how cargo transport works, where we went from rail to port cities and now things like the Hyperloop. We're going to see essentially maybe the hub and spoke model start to develop in space, where all of the launch vehicle companies will do what they can do best, which is get us to the edge of space, get us to the doorstep, and then reuse that technology and get us there again. And what we'll see now is instead of delivering that package all the way from point A to B with one thing, you'll have a different courier that picks it up at the local hub and then takes it to its final destination. And that courier will be refueled from material that we get into space. And this is the way that it needs to be. And it's going to follow the same pattern that we've seen in all of our transportation and all of our package delivery systems, for that matter.